Good morning, afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our session on Project Management Essentials. Today, we're diving into how we transform a simple idea into a well-structured, time-bound, and financially sound project. We'll be connecting the dots from your initial breakdown of work all the way to a practical project budget.
Let's quickly recap where we've been. In our last session, we took your work breakdown structure, which is essentially a detailed map of all the work your project entails, and we turned it into a dynamic, time-based schedule. This involved several crucial steps. First, sequencing tasks, figuring out the logical order of operations, what has to happen before something else can start. Then we established dependencies, which are those crucial links between tasks. For example, you can't install the software until the hardware is set up. We also identified milestones, which are those important checkpoints or significant accomplishments that mark progress throughout your project. And finally, we identified the critical path. This is super important because it's the longest sequence of tasks that determines the shortest possible project duration. Any delay to a task on the critical path means a delay to your entire project.
Now that you have a solid, time-based schedule, what's the next logical step? It's time to bring in the financial dimension. In our next lesson, we're going to take this meticulously crafted schedule and use it as our foundational tool for financial planning. Think of it. You know what needs to be done and when it needs to be done. Now, we need to figure out how much it's going to cost. This next phase involves two key areas. First, estimating costs, where we'll assign monetary values to every resource and activity in your project. And second, creating a project budget, which is essentially your financial roadmap for the entire project. This budget will guide your spending and help you keep your project financially healthy.
So, why is this transition from scheduling to costing and budgeting so incredibly important? Firstly, it's about financial control. Without a budget, you're essentially driving blind. It allows you to stay within financial limits and avoid nasty surprises. Secondly, it enables smart resource allocation. A good budget ensures you're spending your money wisely on the right resources at the right time. Thirdly, it's a critical part of risk management. A well-developed budget includes provisions for contingencies, helping you prepare for those known unknowns and even some unknown unknowns. Ultimately, mastering cost estimation and budgeting is fundamental to project success. It ensures your project remains viable and that you can deliver on time, within scope, and critically, within budget. In our next lesson, you're going to gain some incredibly valuable skills. By the end of it, you will be able to quantify project costs. You'll understand how to put a price tag on every aspect of your project. You'll also apply various estimation techniques. There isn't one size fits all, and we'll explore different tools to help you create accurate forecasts. The big deliverable will be your ability to develop a robust project budget. This will be your approved financial plan that guides your spending. And finally, you'll gain financial confidence in managing your projects. This skill set is vital for effective project oversight and successful delivery.
So, get ready to dive into the financial heart of project management. We've laid the groundwork with scheduling, and now we're building on that foundation with costs and budgets. I'm really looking forward to seeing you all in our next lesson, where we'll roll up our sleeves and get into the practicalities of estimating costs and creating that essential project budget. See you then.